Okay, somebody, real quick here, somebody just left a comment. They have in their username, like, it starts out like place, and, they're like, this is slowing you down, you need to move forward, and all that stuff. Friend, I can kind of sympathize with what you're saying, but this is not slowing us down, and yes, we're absolutely moving forward. Everything happens for a reason. For me right now, I'm really finding out why, in a sense, or how, in a sense, this is so important, and why I can make this a very important study, because it's going to unify what I've been telling you all along, is that these lords in the Old Testament, of course, I've shown the association between Moses and one of these lords, and it was titled, "Is Moses Better Than God?" And this is connecting that. This is connecting that information. This is going to show you, without a doubt, for those of you that are familiar with the previous work and that have followed some of the studies, that yes, these lords of the Old Testament are not representation of the Father. It's not the Father in which Moses is connected to. And we're going to find out that it's exactly... Now look, don't put no words in my mouth. I've said it continually. Moses was not evil. All of us in this world are experiencing some sort of influence of the fallen ones through the TV, through the media, through the culture, through everything. The products that we use, the clothes that we wear is all an influence of this fallen technology. We ourselves are influenced. And that is the reason why Jesus Christ has had to forgive all and offer this salvation, because underlying throughout this whole world is a vein of sin. This world, the reality that we live in, not the world of the earth, but the reality upon the earth, which is the world that we exist in, we're born into sin. We ourselves are not sinners as we're born, but we are born into a world that is full of sin. So Jesus Christ has offered that salvation freely for all who would believe upon him. And of course, many of us here on this channel, we take that. So yeah, we can find out that this verse right here, check this out. Okay, pay attention to what you're seeing. Verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. Now, let's go right on back to Exodus, right where the story begins. And let's look at what Moses is telling them, okay? It says here, the Lord hath given you to eat. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna. For they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. Now Jesus is simply saying, no, this is not the bread from the Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. Well, long story short, we can see the duality between this. We see one is a material manna, which is not coming from the Father, and then the other is a spiritual manna, which does come from the Father. So the question is what is Moses, which Jesus Christ is pointing out that this is not the manna from the Father? What is Moses giving these children of Israel? And more importantly, do you understand that this is giving an incredible amount of scriptural clarity to the video that I did entitled, Is Moses Better Than God? What you are seeing and experiencing here is a way to discern between these lords of the Old Testament and the actual presence of the Spirit of truth. And what Moses is in contact with is one of these lords. Exactly right. Now, if you need further clarification for the potential of that as a biblical truth, I did a video entitled Lords of the Old Testament. I think that's the title of it. Biblical Truth, Lords of the Old Testament. Check it out, and you'll find out that there are biblical verses, one in Enoch, one within the Hebrew Bible that I showed, but there are others I have not showed yet that prove, yes, these lords of the Old Testament sought to have dominion over Israel. I'll be back.